Hello class, we're fresh off of the end of 7th hour, and as I'm wrapping up and putting some of the test tubes away, we're going to do another test, but this test is going to have to happen over the weekend because it's got to sit a little bit, which is why we didn't talk about it yet. So I'm going to prepare this stuff for over the weekend. We're going to take a look on it on Friday. It's going to involve a chemical today that is going to be called bromothiamyl blue. And it's this nice happy blue color, and what it's going to do, much like our sugar test and our starch test and our protein test from last week, it's going to change colors in the presence, in this case, of carbon dioxide. So what I've got set up here is a couple different setups that we're going to do with plants, and then we're going to do the actual other setups on Monday as part of a little activity when we talk about cellular respiration. So what we got here is I've got some test tubes set up, and in the test tubes I put a couple of our leaves, the same leaves that we use today to measure photosynthesis, so you know it's gonna have some stuff going on with there. Now, as we talked about today, the plants are producing oxygen to there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna test what happens when we put these things in light, which means that it should produce oxygen, and when we put them in darkness. So what I'm doing is just pouring some of this BTB, this bromothiamyl blue, into that test tube that had some leaves in it. I'm going to leave it open so that the gases are going to be able to be exchanged, but it's going to start out as kind of blue here because that's just the normal color that it's going to start with. If carbon dioxide is present, it's going to start changing into a green, possibly yellow color, depending on how much is actually there. Now we're going to have two setups for this. The first setup, I'm going to leave over the weekend underneath one of our sun lamps, the sunlights that we use today. So I'm up here in the front of the room here, and I've got a couple of them going already. I'm going to add this one to it. And since it seemed like, for the most part, a lot of our greater successes came when the light was closer to the chemicals, we're going to have it be a part of the 5 centimeter one that we had there. Now the other set we're going to do is actually going to be locked away in the closet. So we're going to prevent it from not getting sunlight. So we're going to take a look at, see if there's a color change from having it to be in the sunlight and not the sunlight. And we're going to take care of the other stuff on Monday, which should be today.